Swami Tejomayananda explained the importance of Guru. He said, Tirtha is the knowledge of self that takes us across the ocean of sanskars. It comes in the form of Guru and his blessings. I'm extremely overwhelmed that today we have such Guruji who has blessed us through his message so we could have knowledge of self and stay happy and peaceful. He is Swami Swaroopananda ji. Swami ji has a spiritual inclination since childhood, and during his adolescence he met the preeminent master of the Vedanta, Swami Chinmayananda ji. He has undergone intensive training under Swami Chinmayananda ji and Swami Tejomayananda ji at Sandeepani, Mumbai. He has touched thousands of lives across the world, and his tremendous work in bringing out the essential wisdom and underlying unity of all religions. Swami Swaroopananda ji is a rare voice that blends authenticity with accessibility theory, with self-practice, logic with heart. Presently Chancellor of Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth Trust and Chairman of Chinmaya International Residential School in Coimbatore, India. Swami Swaroopananda ji has now been bestowed by Swami Tejomayananda ji the privilege to also serve as the head of Chinmaya Mission worldwide. Swami ji has authored several commentaries on such important spiritual classics as Ek Onkar, Mahamrityunjay Mantra, Sankat Mochan, besides numerous books on commentaries, lifestyle subjects such as simplicity and meditation, Strong to Perform, Avatar, Managing the Manager, and Journey to Health. So with a warm welcome, let's listen his words of wisdom.
Namaste, greetings to all of you. As long as we live, we have to act. The moment we stop acting, stop responding, it is the signature of death on a person. So a question that comes to our mind, that should we act or should we not act, or can we be without any action, is redundant, because as long as we live, we have to act. The only choice is what actions should we do, and at the same time, what attitude we should do our actions. In the Bhagavad Gita, the science of Karma Yoga has been so beautifully expounded by Sri Krishna. Not only expounded, but its details have been given on how we can live a productive life and grow spiritually towards the absolute peace, by which we are contributors to society, but at the same time growing spiritually. Since we have to act all our life, whether it is for survival, whether it is to fulfill our desires, or even to achieve our goals, or to serve the community at large. In all these actions, if you find yourself getting anxious, getting worried, feeling disappointed, feeling frustrated, irritated, it only shows that we are doing the actions, but in a manner which does not give us that sense of fulfillment, that happiness, that peace that we are all seeking through actions. Karma Yoga, where action becomes yoga, a means to unite us to that one indivisible consciousness which is present in each and every one of us. Karma Yoga can be said also to be success without stress, whether it is material success or it is spiritual success. It is that action done with the right attitude. Therefore, in the Gita it is called as Buddhi Yoga. So, act we must. We cannot be without any action. But what actions should we do? That action which brings about harmony in society, that helps to integrate our personality, which is essential for the final union with the infinite. That integration, that yoga, that which brings about that integration is called as Karma Yoga. And those actions that help us to unite with ourselves, unite with the one infinite, indivisible consciousness. Normally, when we do any action, either it is out of a need or a desire. Need which is essential for our living. For example, acquiring food, eating food. These are simple, mundane actions that we all have to do. However, there are most of our actions which we do with a desire. And desire has a hope of expectation in the future. It is for our pleasures, it is for our comfort, it is for our security. So we do these actions. But most of these actions which are done with desire for our own individual pleasures at the cost of anyone's life or sorrow, these are called as harmful actions, and they should be completely avoided because it doesn't do good to anyone, including the one who is performing the actions. But according to our nature, according to our aptitude, according to our swabhava, each one of us has a certain role that we have to fulfill. These are called as our duties. Whether it's our personal duties, family duty, social duties, professional duties, whatever actions you are proficient in, if we only have a larger vision for which we act, and that comes when we realize that no knowledge, no ability, no action we can do on our own. And when we recognize the contribution, say, of the whole nature, God, society, and we feel a sense of gratitude. And that gratitude comes when there's acknowledgement of what all I have received in my life. When that sense of gratitude comes in our heart, our attitude in action changes. It's not that every result should be the way I want it to be only for myself. When I think that I have benefited from the contributions of many, and learn to give up this ego and selfishness in the sense of gratitude, in recognizing the love that we have received, maybe not from a particular individual, but when that sense of fullness, that sense of abundance, that sense of gratitude comes in us, we begin to recognize a certain inspiration, a certain dynamism, a certain energy, a certain enthusiasm. And when we expand our sense of self from this one physical entity to a larger consciousness, a larger sense of being, and when I do my actions as a dedication to the totality, with a sense of gratitude, a sense of duty, not that everything is mine, everything I have done, and every result is only for me. Not only we express our greater potential, which gives us a sense of fulfillment, we are able to achieve a lot, not only for ourselves, but for the many around us. In a way, winning their love and their cooperation. And with that sense of togetherness, when we work, and that spirit of giving, acknowledgement, sharing with each other, not only our productivity and material success is great, but in that harmony, in that togetherness, we attain a certain equipoise, where the larger goal becomes more important than just some temporary gains. In fact, if we carefully observe, when we do an action, there's a lot of anxiety, stress, struggle to get a result with the hope that that result will give me permanent happiness. We get attached to that result. And when that result comes, we react. So not only we get the benefit of that result, or we get the disappointment of not achieving it, what happens is that our minds react. And this reaction creates an impression in our inner personality that creates our belief patterns, our likes, our dislikes, our expectations, all these which are the cause of our agitations. And such a mind, meditation becomes difficult. Clarity of thinking and inquiring into the nature of things or the truth becomes difficult. But when we act in the spirit of karma yoga, when we do actions out of gratitude, and the highest being, the totality, what we call as God, and surrendering all our actions, or dedicating all our actions, doing our actions out of gratitude, that I've been given all these ability, and whatever result comes out of it, when there is a sense of acceptance, then we do not react to the result. We do not create more likes, dislikes, hatreds, or attachments, all the cause of the agitations of our mind. And even though our intellect might know what is right or what is wrong, but because of the strong impressions that we have created, likes, dislikes, hatreds, attachments, expectations, our agitated mind does not cooperate with our own intellect. And such a disintegrated personality can neither make decisions quickly, cannot remain happy. All the time when we act with such likes, dislikes, desires, we keep on reacting and creating more and more and more agitations for ourselves and more division between our own mind and intellect. When we do the actions with dedication, there is inspiration, enthusiasm, and dynamism. Higher and nobler your altar of dedication, or higher and nobler your goal, greater is the dynamism that comes from you. With even a little effort, the achievement is far greater. But when there is acceptance of the result and the spirit of sharing with everyone out of gratitude, the greater benefit is that besides getting success, but even if there is not the achievement of what you wanted, the inner spiritual development that takes place is far superior for that peace that comes through acceptance, integrates our mind and intellect, calms our mind, and makes that mind and intellect contemplative, intuitive, meditation worthy. And with such a contemplative mind, we can see a holistic vision of life. We can see what ordinarily our mind and even our intellect on its own cannot recognize. Karma Yoga is doing your actions out of gratitude to the Supreme, to the totality, to the people around you, doing your best, leaving the rest to the laws of nature. Whatever results come, accept it. See that you maximize it, not only for your benefit, but for the benefit of many. But in all that, when the spirit of devotion, love, and in love there is gratitude and acceptance, is there, our existing thought patterns get channelized positively. Our minds and intellect become calm, peaceful, and integrated. And the impressions that we have gathered, because of which we keep reacting rather than acting, those impressions, which in Sanskrit we call as vasanas, that go to create your reactions, that go to create, in fact, your destiny, are exhausted, and we don't incur more impressions. Such a clear mind and intellect becomes the fit instrument for the highest spiritual discovery of our infinite self, which is of the nature of bliss. Shantam, Shivam, Sundaram. Wish you all that integration, wish you all that cooperation, and let us together unite in this divine consciousness. Hari Om.
I'm very grateful to Swami Swaroopananda ji for sharing his insights and blessing us through his message. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you so very much.